Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video showing you how to perform hand reflexology to help to lift your mood, something that we could all do with from time to time, but especially at the moment. So this routine is designed to be used on yourself, but do bear in mind it can also be used with others, and actually is a really nice bonding thing to do with any children, teenagers, the husband, wife, anyone like that in the house at all. It's a really nice thing to be able to do together. So what you will need first of all is some hand lotion. Now it's not essential that you use hand lotion, but you will find that it helps just to have that little bit of lubrication on your hands to help with the sliding motion that I'm going to teach you. Now you can use, of course, any hand lotion of your choosing, but if you like to use essential oils and it's something that you'd be interested in doing just to kind of boost the power of what I'm doing here today, you could buy a unfragranced hand lotion or one that is just very slightly fragranced, and then buy your essential oils to go into them. Now I wouldn't recommend mixing essential oils if you're new to working with oils at the moment, but using either or of any of the essential oils that I'll recommend would be absolutely fine. And whatever base cream that you're using, you will only need 1 or 2 drops of the essential oil just mixed in nicely. That's all that you will end up needing to use at all. The base cream that I use at home is vitamin E cream from Superdrug. Very, very cheap to buy, very easily accessible. It is fragranced, but it's a very, very light, gentle fragrance. So it enables the essential oils to really, really come through. It's an all over body cream, so this tub will last you forever. So the essential oils I would recommend using to lift the mood are ylang-ylang, bergamot, jasmine, clary sage. You can add some lavender if you want to add a little bit of relaxation into there as well. Neroli is also a really lovely one. So you won't go wrong using any one of those creams. Like I say, never use essential oils undiluted directly onto your skin, because you can find that it can cause really bad reactions to your skin. So you'll want to start by obviously just rubbing a little bit of that cream into your hands. Now each of these techniques that I'm going to show you should be used on both of your hands, and you'll want to repeat each of them about 3 times as you're going along. Ideally you want to use the whole of this routine. You can use it once a day if you want to use it as sort of general maintenance if you are struggling with isolation at the moment, or just use this routine whenever you happen to need it. So to get started, the first area that we're going to concentrate on is, I believe, the most important reflex in reflexology generally. Actually, I was about to say hand reflexology, but with foot reflexology as well. I think it's one of the major ones that is really, really good to concentrate on, and that's the solar plexus point. Now the solar plexus point in our body is located kind of just under the diaphragm here, and it's that area where if you feel nervous or anxious, or I don't know, say you've just had an argument with somebody or something, you get that horrible churning pit of the stomach type feeling. That's the area of the solar plexus. That's the area that we really, really want to concentrate on with this routine. And if you don't remember any of the other techniques that I'm going to teach you here, remember that one. It's a really good one as well that you can use by itself in any situation, and anyone around you will not know that you're doing anything. So it's not like you're closing your eyes and humming to a meditation where people will look and think, what is she doing? This is something that can be done really, really easily and without anyone knowing you're doing it. So the solar plexus point on the hand is right about here. Now it's just beneath the padded part of the palm of your hand, kind of in the middle of where you can feel there's a groove there in between the metatarsals of the hand. So you want to run that down. If you were to scrunch your hand up slightly, you can feel with your thumb there is a bit of a natural dip there anyway. So that's your solar plexus point. Now at the beginning and the end of this whole routine, I would encourage you to stimulate this solar plexus point. While you're stimulating this, and you do that simply by circling with your thumb in that area, it's a really good idea to do some deep breathing. While you're here anyway, it's a really good idea because this will just stimulate even further those relaxation benefits. Now, as you can tell, I'm just idly circling here, not in any particular direction. You don't have to do it clockwise, anti-clockwise, any way that feels natural to you. Just circle away. What I would say was, if you're going to use it with a breathing technique, is simply to circle in any direction that feels natural to you as you slowly, deeply breathe in. Be still for a moment and then circle in the opposite direction as you breathe out and away. Again, pause when you come to the end of that breath. Start again with that lovely, much slower than I just did then. Deep breath in, pause, breathe out, go in the opposite direction. Again, you only need to perform about 3 of these and work the other hand afterwards. Like I say, this is a great one just to be used in isolation. Really, really powerful technique to use. So you could be sitting there I'll just show you, obviously you're not going to be holding your hands up here, but just to show you, you can be sitting with your hands in your lap when life gets back to normal, on a train, on the way to work, in a meeting, at school before an exam, or before you're about to give a presentation. And what I'm doing there is I'm circling that spot with my thumb, but obviously it just looks like I'm clasping my hands. No one around me needs to know that I'm doing this. So it's a really, really good technique. So, as usual, I've digressed. Starting this routine with the solar plexus point. So start by circling there. As I say, do your breathing in and out. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the head. Now, obviously, we're going to need to stimulate the head just to help to clear that mind. Clear those busy, possibly negative thoughts. Help to clear that busy mind. Now the head is located, you'll notice on your thumb, you've got a natural crease line at the back here. Now that's actually your neckline. I'll come on to that in a moment. But the area above the crease line is your head, this whole area here. So what I want you to do is just slide, either using your thumb or your index finger, whichever is easiest for you. Just slide up from that line to the tip, just covering the whole of that area. Now, if you find it more comfortable, obviously I'm holding my hands in this position for demonstration purposes, whereas you will, as you're doing it, you'll be, working like this as to whatever's most comfortable for you. Now, I'm doing it in the direction of that line to the tip. If you find it easier or more comfortable, by all means work from the tip down to the line of that crease. You just want to make sure that that whole area is being worked. Again, perform that 3 times, just covering up the whole of that area, and then move on to the other hand. For any of you reflexologists that might be watching this as a way to update your hand reflexology skills, the technique you'll be using rather than the slide is your thumb walking technique. Okay, so that's the head worked. The next reflex point we want to concentrate on is the brain. Again, to clear that mind, but also to reset some of the hormone balances that are going on there. And the brain is on the very tip of our thumbs. Now, you can, using your index finger, you can just slide across. Slide across the brain. Like I say, I'm doing it more than that, but 3 times. If it's more comfortable for you to do so, you can just circle on the tip of that thumb. It's all about stimulating that reflex point. For reflexologists, you might want to use the knuckle of your index finger to really get in there and stimulate that point. Again, 3 times, working the brain, and then move to the other hand. Perfect. Now the next place we want to concentrate our attention on is our hormones, in particular the pituitary. Now this is obviously responsible for a lot of our mood regulation, so we really want to make sure that we don't miss out on this important step. So the pituitary is based again on the thumb. Now it's in the centre of this top part of your thumb. If you look at your thumb closely, you'll notice the area that you want to target is right in the middle of the swirl of your fingerprint. And as you look, sometimes it helps to sort of see from the side, but you'll notice there's almost like a P-shaped slight lump there, if you like. That's a little bit of puffiness that comes out. That's the point that you want to stimulate. So really simply, all you want to do, I'm using my index finger, but again you can use your thumb. You just want to circle in that area, just 3 times, just press and circle. The pressure that you use isn't important at all. You can use any pressure that you like, it really doesn't matter. So that's the pituitary. The next place that we want to stimulate is the neck, a common place for holding any stress and tension in our bodies. Now the neck is, as I mentioned before, it's that crease line along the knuckle on the back of your thumb. So all we're going to do is simply glide our index finger or the other thumb, whichever's easiest for you, just all the way across there, relieving any tension in that neck as we go. It's making me feel like I want a massage. Again, stimulate that roughly 3 times on each of your thumbs. Now we want to concentrate on the adrenal glands. Now if our body and minds are under any sort of stress of any type, our adrenal glands are going to be firing and rocketing off. So we just want to calm those down. Now the adrenal glands are located, you see the webbing part here of our hand in between the thumb and the first finger. We're just sort of in the central part of that, located a short while in, kind of just above the bumpy part of the hand here, called the Thenar Eminence, Thenar Eminence. Just here is where we want to be stimulating. So you can almost use a pinching motion if you like, just to press on that. Again, you only need to do it for 3 times. I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. So you're right in the middle of this webbing here. And actually, as you pinch and feel it, you can feel that you're on that webbing right there. So just pinch that 3 times just to calm that area down, and repeat on the other hand. Now the next part is the spine. Now this will help to calm the whole of our nervous system. Really, really important one, the spine, it has all of those junctions which control our nervous system generally. So we really, really want to help that along. Now the spine is located on the side of your thumb. Now as you even just feeling around there now, as you feel there, you can feel the bone that runs down. We're going to be working from the tip of the thumb. You can feel that bone that runs down, and we're going to be working all the way roughly to where the wrist is. And again, you can feel I'm up against that bone there. Okay, so what we want to be doing, again, for demonstration purposes, this might look slightly awkward, but you're going to have your hands naturally. It's probably more comfortable to use your thumb to do this on yourself, but I'll use my index finger just for demonstration purposes. So again, you're working from the tip. Let me work out how best to show you. That's probably best. Working from the tip, just slide your way down the spine reflex. Like I say, you're working against that bone there, sliding all the way down, easing that nervous system. Lovely. Okay, and then the last movement that I'm going to teach you is called the Diaphragm Sweep. And this really helps to encourage deep breathing, which is a really good way of settling down our emotions, calming the mind. So the diaphragm is located, if you remember, we started with our solar plexus point right here, just underneath this padded part of the palm of our hand, right in the centre there, pretty much in between these 2 fingers, our solar plexus point. Now the diaphragm runs either side of this solar plexus point, all the way along this line here. You can see there's a natural crease line that runs there anyway. So this can be performed in one of 2 ways. You either want to start at that solar plexus point and sweep out, one side and then the other. Again, you want to do this 3 times. A diaphragm sweep. If it feels more comfortable for you, using either your index finger or your thumb, just glide your way across 3 times. And you can follow the natural line of the base of that padding on the palm of your hand. Perfect. Again, perform on the other hand. Now to finish off, we're going to finish where we started with another solar plexus push. So finding that solar plexus point again, if you remember from the beginning, we're circling in that spot. And if you want to include your breathing, as you breathe in one direction. Pause at the top. Start in the other direction as you slowly breathe out. You can imagine that you're breathing in feelings of calmness and peace. Breathing away any stress, anxiety, any negative thoughts or emotions. Just breathe them away. Perfect. And that's the whole of the routine, hand reflexology routine for lifting your mood. So I'm just going to briefly recap there because there's quite a few areas that we covered. So we started off with our solar plexus area, calming down that major part of our body that's responsible for those feelings of anxiety, nervousness, stress, depression in extreme cases. Start with that solar plexus, introducing the breathing if you like. We then moved on to the head, the top part of the thumb above the crease, gliding our way either up or down. We then moved on to the brain, the very tip of the thumb, sliding across or merely circling. We then wanted to stimulate and balance our hormonal system, stimulating in particular that pituitary. So in the centre of the pad of your thumb, find the centre of your fingerprint swirl, that pea-sized bump, and circle to stimulate. We then worked the neck, which is the crease and the centre of our thumb, sliding all the way across, followed by the adrenal glands, just here, centre of the webbing, a little way in, pressing or circling to stimulate. Circulating to stimulate. We then from here moved on to the spine at the side of your thumb, working from the tip, sliding down, following the bone, down to roughly where your wrist starts, sliding down. We then went on to the diaphragm sweep, either starting from the solar plexus points and working out in each direction, or working across that crease line, the base of the padded part of your palm. And again, we finished with our solar plexus work here. Perfect. So well done for following this tutorial. I hope it helps you greatly. Like I say, it can just be used in times of need, or if you want to keep it up as a maintenance thing, if you're struggling with the lockdown, especially at the moment, then you might want to incorporate it into your morning or your nighttime routine, or both. It's not going to do you any harm at all. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please click on like, subscribe, share this video if possible. Also, if you could click on the bell next to the subscribe button, because that will keep you informed of any future video releases that I put out. If you have anything that you'd like me to cover in any of these videos, whether related to hand reflexology or anything else, then do please let me know. I'll be putting on this channel things like sleep stories, hypnotherapy, meditations, things like that to aid sleep, which I know can really be affected, especially at the moment. So anything like that, do please let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best to fulfill your needs. Okay, thank you so much again for watching. Stay safe and goodbye for now.